the Director for Patient Experience at NHS England. In fact, my job title was changed by carers we've been working with as Director of Patient and Carer Experience, quite rightly pointing out that how carers experience the NHS is just as important as how patients experience the NHS. So I'm delighted to be here to welcome and support this piece of work, which I think is of national significance, as well as being really important locally. I just wanted to start by reflecting a bit on some of the conversations that I had with carers. I'm thinking back to Carers Week last year. My local Carers Week got me to travel around the county shadowing carers in different experiences, different walks of life, and it was very eye-opening. I spent some time with a woman who was looking after her husband who was lying at home, and she had herself had quite significant health needs, and those health needs were not ones that she could actually get help for by going into hospital, because she couldn't leave her husband, and she wanted to stay home to him. So her health was being put at risk by her caring role in those final days for her husband. I spent another day with a man who was balancing looking after both of his parents, one of whom had a serious heart condition, the other had dementia, and he was trying to be there for them, but he was also really trying to support the system that was looking after them. While I was there, the phone kept ringing from the people who were caring for his mum, the professionals who were caring for his mum, the professionals who were caring for his dad, who weren't talking to each other. He was doing all of that, trying to manage it. And I spent some time with a young carer who'd actually been through the process of caring and was now a little bit older and was looking back a bit on his experiences and the difficulty of fulfilling that caring role and completing his education and the pressures that he felt really had got to the point at one point. He said when he was having suicidal thoughts and he was really not hoping he got to that crisis point. And he moved beyond it, and he was now going into schools and raising awareness of young carers in schools, the things that schools can do to support young carers. But I think those individual stories are very common. We've heard them everywhere, and it's worth just reflecting a bit on some of the statistics that come from Carers UK in their State of Caring report. So we know nationally that half of all carers who completed that survey have left work in order to care. People find it very difficult balancing employment with caring. People who are full-time carers are finding 15 hours or more care a week are twice as likely to be in poor health as non-carers. They're also likely to be older. And despite the fact we've got the health and wellbeing assessments, only 1 in 3 carers told Carers UK this year that their own health had been sufficiently considered in the assessments that were done in order to help them to care and look after themselves. And this has consequences. It has consequences on carers, it has consequences on patients, and it has consequences for public services. So if we don't help carers to stay well, then the carers themselves become ill. If the carers themselves become ill, then they're unable to carry on caring for the person that they're caring for, and they might end up in hospital. They might both end up in hospital. If that is the case, then somebody, an older patient, for example, might deteriorate in hospital and not be able to get back to the point of independence that they had before. We know that if these things happen, that care can break down too soon. And one of the things that the carers tell us is that they find their caring role coming to an end sooner than they want it to, because somebody might have to go into some kind of residential institutional setting before they really want that to happen. So we're not acting early enough to prevent that. And all of these things clearly have social and economic consequences too. So thinking about that young carer I spent time with, he got through his education when he got his qualifications, but not everybody does that. Thinking about carers and patients who are admitted to hospital and then unable to go back home and live independently, that has consequences too. So there are clear benefits from providing carer support systematically to the carer, to the patient and to public services. And I think one of the exciting things from spending time with those carers in Sussex was that a number of services have been developed in order to respond to their experiences and their needs. So thinking about the lady whose husband was lying at home, she lived in an area where they had a carers health team, a local hospital. They would visit people in their own homes and look after their health. And as a carer, you could contact it yourself and organise a visit. And in fact, they came down while I was there and make sure that although she was unable to look after herself, to go to the hospital or go to a GP to get help, she was able to get help she needed. Thinking about that young carer, just that work on raising awareness in schools is really important. We've seen in places like Salford that it can really make a huge difference in identifying young carers a lot earlier, signposting them to help at a point that they need it, and making sure that they don't reach that crisis point that he experienced. So there's a huge amount of wisdom and learning that we get from listening to carers about what works and how public services can adapt. So the NHS Commitments to Carers programme, which I work on at NHS England and Dave works on, is really designed to try and get us in the NHS and get us in public services to think carer, to understand what the experiences of carers are, to think about when we're planning services or delivering services, how do we make them carer friendly, and crucially, how do we join up so that we're working together to help the carer, to help the patient, and recognising the duties that we have to do so with the Care Act. So I'm delighted to welcome this charter. I think it clearly is the first of the kind, and it's particularly to see it being homegrown. That's really important because that's what's going to make it work. And what we've tried to do with the national programme is to identify a set of principles and identify a set of questions. So there are things like how do we make sure that we identify carers early? Because a lot of the support we can give to people will depend on identifying carers earlier. Nationally, only 10% of carers have been identified in general practice. That means that GPs are not aware of most of the people who are on their registers who are looking after people, and if they're not aware, then they can't signpost them to help, and we can't see if people are aware that help exists. So the principles are really designed to get people to understand what's important, to ask questions and to talk to carers about what might work and to put some changes in place. It's not always easy to do. We know that carers don't always identify themselves as carers, and you have to be alert to particular signs and clues. And one of my favourite stories was of a GP who noticed that a man who came to see him had a pair of ladies' red shoes in his bag. And he thought, shall I ask why you've got these shoes in your bag, or shall I not ask why you've got these shoes in your bag? And he did. And he was told that his wife had dementia, and if he took the shoes when he left, then she wouldn't leave the house. And that was why he had them in his bag. And that was the first that GP knew that this man was a carer and was caring for somebody with dementia. And he was able to put in place a range of support that existed in the community and the things, and also some flexibility within public services to make sure that we supported him better. So I think this charter is very exciting. It will enable organisations to become carer friendly, to think carer, to think about the adaptations we can make in the way we run services that will help carers, things like more flexible appointments, giving speed appointments if people need them, thinking through particularly about signposting people to local resources and forms of support. But particularly it will help us to collaborate in public services. And those joins between health and social care, between the health system and the education system. These things are really important in really putting the care at the centre of services rather than leaving the carer to try and fill the gaps between services. And the result of that will really be to keep carers well and to make sure that they're able to do all they do to look after patients. And we know that the NHS would fall over if carers were not doing the things that are doing to support patients. We absolutely need carers to be able to do that, but we can't take it for granted. We've really got to put their health and well-being at the heart of what we do. So I think it's a very exciting piece of work, and it will have benefits for public services too. So as well as the benefits that come to carers and to patients providing decent carer support, there's plenty of evidence now that identifying and supporting carers helps NHS hospitals, it helps general practices, it helps health and social care communities, partly because it reduces the number of people who end up in hospital. It prevents some of the complications that arise when people do end up in hospital. And it enables people to continue to care for longer, and it prevents or delays the point at which somebody might need residential care. But these benefits only come together if we work together as a health and social care system, which is what you're doing here. So I'm really delighted to see this. Its success will really depend on the strategic partners who are delivering it. But the best thing that I've enjoyed looking at for this particular initiative is the real obvious and deep involvement in carers in the process. So the idea of having experienced what works and the experience what doesn't work, this is really not a document that's really going to put on the shelf. This is very much something about behaviour and action and change. And I see that really from every part of the Charter. It reflects the principles that we've identified in the overall NHS England toolkit, and it will make a big difference. And I think what we would expect to see in time is that it moves us away from a situation where the carer is supporting the system and the system supporting the patient, to a position where the system is supporting the carer and the carer is able to support the patient. And that's a big jump we want to make, which depends on us being carer-friendly as organisations, which depends on us being joined up as a health and social care system. So I'm delighted to work on this. Say it's of national significance, so I'm really pleased to be able to be here, and then I'll be able to take this away and share it with colleagues in other parts of the country who are starting to go on this journey, or at various points in this journey, share some of that learning,